All right, looking here at Ben, okay. Here in the upper left is his left-handed swing. The right side are two different right-handed swings. We flip these right-handed swings around where they match left-handed, so it's easy for us to contrast and compare. Bottom left, professional, all-star Adrian Gonzalez, okay? Gonna play it through. Yeah, I mean, overall, looking through it, I like the left-handed swing a lot better than the right-handed swing, okay? And I'm going to show you why. When I look at a swing, I look at three primary areas, okay? It's the back leg, okay? The front side, which is really the wall we hit against, and the back arm, which, like I was telling you, is the throwing arm. And that really controls how the bat gets delivered to the ball. So it's back leg, front side, back arm. Back leg, front side, back arm. Okay? Let's start with the back leg. And the back leg's really simple. It's got to do two things. It's got to get ready and it's got to go. Said another way, it's got to load and it's got to unload. Okay? That leg should get ready before release, meaning that foot comes up and that leg is loaded before release. You can see Adrian's getting loaded a little sooner, but I think Ben is making a move back slightly before release. But that's got to happen. You got to go back. That foot's got to come up just before he lets go of the ball every pitch, okay? Okay, and Ben's making a move back, which is okay, okay? Now, the unloading part on his right-handed swing over here on the right side needs to be improved. That, in other words, he's still really weighted here. You can really still see a lot of weight here on that toe, okay? Whereas his left side's already unweighted, and our pro is already unweighted here, okay? So we don't have any weight on that back foot before and through contact. Whereas here, he's still, this is late. Now he does unweight, Ben does unweight on the right side before he hits the ball, but it needs to be improved. It needs to be increased, okay? So that's it with the back leg. It's got to load and it's got to unload and it's got to have rhythm and timing, okay? But that's all we got to do there with that leg is get ready and it's got to go sideways every time, okay? The left side, we're not trying to turn it as much, and we are up on that toe and unloaded sooner, okay? So I like this better, okay? I like this better, and he's more in line with Adrian down here. In other words, his foot hasn't turned over here. Here, his foot's already kind of shoelaces on pitcher, and here, his foot's still a little bit sideways. I can see his whole shoe there, okay? Here, he's force and turn on the right side, okay? Which we don't want to do. All right, to the front side now. The front side, if you look at our pro, it's really sideways and really square, knee well behind the foot, okay? And then as we go through, if we look at our pro, if we trace his spine, okay, we get this real negative tilt of the spine, okay? And you see his head stays back. Now his head goes down a little bit, but it doesn't lurch forward like we're getting on his right-handed side here, where like the nose is kind of way out front. Left-handed, he stays tilted. We get this nice clean line through here, very similar to what we're getting, over here, okay? There's better tilt there. That wall is kind of like you want to set up like you're in a tug of war. You want to have leverage. You want to drive into it, but stay behind it, okay? It's kind of like you've got energy going that way. You've got to be leveraged, or you're going to get over the top like he is here right-handed, okay? So what I see right-handed is a swing where he's more interested in spinning and turning than he is really delivering energy, okay? So what's the simple cue there with the upper body? We want to have more tilt and less turn out of the upper body, okay? Kind of like you're throwing water out of a bucket. If I'm gonna throw water in your face, I gotta brace up to release that water. I don't keep spinning around. This leverage that he's got left-handed, or what the pro has, allows him to get that water out of the bucket and crack the whip, release the energy, as opposed to just keep spinning with the bucket and you don't ever release it, okay? So we see the left side looks better there. Even the left side, I like how the foot isn't forced over. It's very similar to Adrian's. He's been taught this, a lot of turning and spinning, okay? Whereas left-handed, he hasn't, and that's why I like the left-handed swing better. Make sense? Okay. Well, yeah. Now, okay. Let's finish up and let's see. I do. If I'm right now, if I'm sending you into the game, I'd probably put you in based on the mechanics, left-handed. Although sometimes just lack of experience or experience can override mechanics. Okay, so let's now. Last thing is the back arm. Okay. And if you watch Adrian, you can see how active his back arm is here. The elbow lifts really high. And here left-handed, he's not used to throwing with that arm. You can see how it doesn't do anything, but he's not doing anything with it right-handed either, okay? We want to see a lot of activity at that shoulder joint, at the rotator cuff, lifting the elbow. We're not getting it there, okay? So that's got to be added. When the elbow drops in, when the elbow drops in, that's a critical point, and we want to check and see where is the bat at that point. Okay. All right. So here everybody's elbow is going to slot to the ball at some point. At that point, we want to check those hands, and we want to feel like the barrel's on top of the hands, and the elbow is pretty much underneath the hands. We don't want to feel like that elbow's way out in front of the hands. Well, you see here, the bottom right-handed, that's not going to work. Okay? He's got a really flat bat. This is what a lot of people, I look at skeletons and bones. A lot of people will call this bat drag, but what's going on is the elbow widens and the palm goes to the sky and the bat gets really flat. Okay? And the bat's heavy in that position, and he's dragging it behind him. Left-handed, maybe if I back it up one more frame, that looks pretty decent. You can see how the bat is steeper, okay, and as we get here, the bat's not as flat. The elbow's not folded up as far in front here. You see that? If I take the distance between his hands and his elbow here, this is better, okay, because it's steeper, okay? So, again, this stuff is really simple, but it's not easy. It's really simple. So what we're asking him to do here is, the real simple cue here is we've got to be able to take our stride, finish our footwork, and get to this position that our pro is in, meaning bat up and the hands really haven't moved. So he's in a, really what he's got to do is he's got to be able to slot that elbow without the hands going palm up and keeping the elbow bent. So in other words, keep the elbow bent and keep the palm on the pitch. So you're really looking for a lot of movement at the shoulder joint, okay, but the hand is going to stay here. Here. He's doing this. Yeah, he's trying to load. He wants to load by reaching back, which is what most kids do. Okay, the great players load at the shoulder joint and they don't straighten. As soon as you straighten out the elbow, swing gets long, palm goes up, bat gets heavy. So the simple key is a lot of movement at the shoulder joint. It's very, just like we teach with out of the glove stuff. Yeah. Okay, for the infielder throw, it's the same universal beautiful actions. Okay, so he's got to get to here, and the lefty is better. The lefty, I like that a lot, but he is low on experience, low on neuromuscular usage of that left arm to throw. I would get out in the yard and throw footballs.